God loves us so much that he doesn't want to control everything that we're doing. He's in control if we let him. But we also have the free will that God gives us, and that's out of his love.
We're not robots.
We're not robots.
Believe it or not.
And that's how God created us
Speak for yourself. You're an android?
What the heck?
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of The Gap. We have Ari,
Kylie,
Caleb, Jack,
Shannon.
and
Wow, okay, thank you.
Titles, punch
cut
out.
off our guest over here.
when we
No,
have
he's still learning.
it's okay guys. We have a new guest here. His name is
Shannon.
Good job.
Still.
Noon.
And he's just someone that we think has a lot of wisdom, so we decided to bring him up on here.
She's never said that before.
Well, you know what, Shannon, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you want to do, what you're doing right now.
First of all, can we just say
etc.
it is a huge honor to have you here, Shannon. I know you came a long way from your home under the bridge.
Brother.
Boston!
The London Bridge that was falling down.
Dang.
He fixed it. He fixed it.
He
Put it
fixed
back
the
up.
bridge single-handedly.
Okay, well Shannon, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I don't live under a bridge, for one. I still live with my dad. Starting internship at Life Church on Monday for content development. Thank you. Golf clap. Start school, Bible college, Christ for the Nations online in January. And these are my friends.
Woo!
Yeah.
Nice job. Well, anyways, we're super thankful to have you on. So today our topic, as a little disclaimer, is a little bit heavy, but we are talking today about why do bad things happen to good people. So I'm going to open the floor up, and before we dive deep into it, we're going to talk a little bit about like something bad that happened
Lighthearted.
this week.
Lighthearted, but not lighthearted.
Yes. Yeah. So Jack, we'll start with you.
Okay. Wait, what's the question?
What bad things have happened to you this week?
Okay, just making sure it was established. I guess it's been a pretty chill week. I've been very lazy, which I guess is bad. I guess the worst thing is I've died a lot playing Hollow Knight because I got it for Christmas.
That is the worst.
I've been playing way too much of it, and I keep dying because I'm not good at it.
Is it Silk Song or
No,
This one?
no, the first one. I'm gonna wait till
Okay.
Silk Song comes out on hard copy, which
that's fair.
the first game will probably take me long enough to complete that it'll be in hard copy by that
That's
point.
fair.
Sorry you keep
It's a
dying.
great game.
Mm.
Frustrating when you die though. It's like Elden Ring.
Caleb.
Terrible. I wasn't able to fly yesterday because someone crashed at the airport.
Oh,
Wait, that's awful.
are they okay?
Oh yeah, he's fine. Yeah, my flight instructor sent a picture or a video of the four of them just standing outside the plane. One of them was the pilot. The other three guys were with the FAA. He had like 75 flight hours and decided it was a good idea to buy a high performance 300 horsepower stunt plane.
What the frick?
And the left wing was bent and it was like tilted over, and I'm gonna guess he wing struck the ground when he landed.
I was gonna say he tried a loop-de-loop.
Yeah, he was fine. Like, he was completely safe. The airport was just shut
Thank
down
the
all
Lord.
day.
Oh,
So
No acrobatic maneuvers.
no acrobatic
Sad.
maneuvers. Boo.
Like, whenever you're practicing, how much horsepower does that plane have in comparison to a 300 horsepower?
it's a Cirrus SR20 G7, so it's 205 horsepower.
So,
So
a couple more ponies.
very strong compared to most single engine trainers, especially since it's not
Maybe a Clydesdale
really a
or two.
training aircraft. But it's not as strong as a 300 horsepower aircraft.
So it's like going from like a Prius to a Mustang and
Yeah.
thinking that you got it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or
Okay.
maybe it's
Or
more
a
like
Mini Cooper.
Hellcat.
Mini Cooper to Hellcat.
Mini Cooper to Hellcat.
Yep.
No, that would be like going from like a Cessna to freaking like F-18 getting launched off of a freaking super
True,
carrier.
true.
These people know what that means.
I have no idea what
Look it
this
up.
It
means.
sounds like
Look it up.
Battleship. F-18. Ah,
F-
miss.
So,
F-18 getting launched off a super carrier. Look it up.
Shannon, bad things this week.
I had to pay $1,300 to fix those suspension stuff
Darn
for my
Teslas.
car.
Monetary issues.
I drive a Tesla, and I've been really happy with it, but it had a lot of miles on it when I bought it. It had think 112 when I bought it. Now it has
Mm.
130,
Mm.
and now it has some problems, and it's an earlier one, so it has even more problems.
When did you buy it?
It was the beginning of last. I've had it for almost a year.
Okay, it's not bad.
Yeah. So that kind of came out of nowhere.
Boo.
Better than the old EV you had. It was like
Yeah.
30 miles per charge.
Don't buy a Nissan Leaf.
Especially from a guy who claimed that his house fell apart.
Okay, he was hit by a tornado. He was really nice, but he definitely, yeah, tricked me.
He definitely tricked me.
Sal's got hit by a tornado. He manages to give Shannon this car to recuperate some of his losses.
Well,
And surprise, surprise, the car sucks.
Hey, Sonny.
it was fine.
You want a car?
Well, here's what happened.
a car?
I started doing the math to see how far, like if the limited range could get me to where I needed to go, and I added up to like 70 miles of driving every day. And he like looked at me and like did not say anything about how the car couldn't go that far. He was just
I'm
like,
pretty sure the tornado sucked up the real battery, so
Probably.
we put a couple double A's in
probably, bro.
A tornado
yeah.
came over my house.
Man, man. It seems like he didn't really say anything about the range, anything about the heater destroying itself as you use it, anything.
That
about...
was a Nissan problem. That's
The battery is the heatsink.
Doesn't your brother have that car? Doesn't your brother have
it
that
actually
car now?
doesn't. Yeah, he has that car.
Is it still work? So it's still working.
Oh, funny story. I was going to tow him because his car died in a Walmart parking lot, but I ended up having my grandpa tow him. So,
Oh, that's right.
yep, it was fun.
Is the car?
Always that Walmart parking lot.
Is the Leaf okay now?
Oh yeah, it's fine now. He just
I
wasn't.
saw the police there one time.
He listened. So some people call it the thing that tells you your range, but most people call it the guessometer on Reddit. So, and it's very accurate. You drive.
That's crazy.
It'll go from like 30 miles, and then you drive 2 miles, and it's like 19.
That's how my
And I'm
cube
not
was.
kidding.
That's how my cube was, bro.
Really?
So bad.
Your cube.
Yeah.
I forgot about
It's a
that.
Nissan thing.
It was so bad. It would show like with a full tank, 350 miles. I drive from freaking 7-Eleven to my house, which was like a 20-minute drive, maybe 8 miles. Yeah, you have about 310 miles left. What are you talking about? This thing can't even accelerate, so I already know it's not guzzling gas.
Right. It's just leaking out as
It's
you're
just
driving.
leaking,
You don't realize
It's just
it.
leaking.
Brother, all right, Emmy.
I was gonna go to you.
Wait, first I was gonna say I don't have this problem. My guessometer is nice to me. That thing gets to 0. I can drive at least another 10 or so miles to get to a
Good.
gas
Solid.
station.
Good.
I have proved this many
You
times.
can drive the
Oh, that's not
Lexus,
good.
and Lexus are
Yeah.
reliable. I know.
Uh-huh.
I drive an Infinity right now. It's also
I'm sorry,
reliable.
Jack.
You like
That's
it?
bad.
Yeah, it's my mom's car.
I forgot he's Jack.
That's nice.
Hey, but it works.
Okay,
and I know
Kylie,
it works.
what's something that bad happened to you this week?
Malo. I don't know. I think it's been pretty good.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
The stalker.
Except, yeah.
The stalker.
Yeah, no, wait.
It was been pretty good. That was a
Share
cool
that.
stalker
I think you
situation.
should share
but-
that.
You want me to share
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, you should.
Okay, so we were walking downtown, right?
Downtown Chicago.
We're just, no, we're not.
It was Boston.
Anyway, okay.
It would
fine.
definitely happen.
This
in a
already
small
sounds
downtown-
like a bad
It was a
idea.
small downtown area.
It was a small town.
And this random guy, we didn't even see him.
Whatever.
I don't even know if he was like walking straight at us or just came out of somewhere.
Mhm.
But he starts walking past us like, "Hey, how we doing today?" I'm not making this up. And then
Oh, it's in Jersey.
And then he
How we doing
stopped.
it in-
Josie.
And then he stopped.
I
he did
understand
like
now.
and then Ari looks at him, he's like, "Yeah, good." And we start walking faster. We look behind us, he stops, looks at us, and then looks straight.
Like at least 5 yards behind us, so he was like close enough to
Bro
like
was just
see
trying
us.
to be nice and then
And
was
then-
shocked by the rudeness.
He's not even
I'm kidding,
looking.
I'm kidding.
He's not even looking at his phone or anything, but is just standing there for like the entire time we're walking until we finally turn a corner.
It was scary. My heart
What
was
the
pounding,
heck?
guys.
It was,
Well, there are always cops in the area, so you don't have to worry
yeah.
about
How
Yeah.
we doing, guys?
What if he was the cop?
Oh,
He was not the cop.
Undercover.
that. Undercover cop.
No.
He's just trying to make sure you guys are safe. Hey, how you doing?
No, he did not say it like that.
He did not. He
But
did not.
like, no, the way he said it was so loud too. Like,
It was
why?
scary.
Like,
It
yeah,
was
you
loud.
can say how are you guys doing? But why'd you have to go? Hey, how you doing, guys?
Kylie, that's how they say it in Jersey. Here in
He
Jersey.
was not from
This was
Jersey.
loud.
It sounds like he was.
He wasn't though. He was
Breaking my
not.
eardrums.
He was not a true Jerseyan.
You just have to get
Jerseyan.
used to how they speak in Jersey, bro.
Yeah.
I know we all just moved here,
Yeah, I know.
but like, you gotta get used to it.
Craziness.
What are you talking?
They're just very hospitable over here.
Okay, so bad things, Ari. What's
Um,
going on?
I'm 60,000 in debt.
Oh.
Oh.
No, you're
I am actually.
Oh, school.
Engineering school is very
No,
very
not
pricey.
engineering school. It's a video game.
Oh.
Bro.
I donated her
had-
$100,000 and
this
she's still in
problem-
debt.
This problem started on January 31st, so back in 2025, and it has continued until
December
today.
1st, you mean?
Oh, yeah, December 31st. Sorry, guys.
It's been going on for a year.
It's been a
Guys,
full year.
I haven't had enough caffeine today. I've been limiting my caffeine for
Technically, it was last year
2026.
This problem persisted.
Yeah, it was last year. That's what the point I was trying to make.
Last year, not one
That's
year
the point
ago.
I was
No,
trying
no,
to make, is that it started on December 31st and has lasted until today. So I was
Is it-
doing supersonic training on a
Jesus.
flying game. And yeah, now I'm 60,000 in debt because I had to complete the training 3 times because every time I log on, it says, oh, continue flight until I did a new flight. So yeah, I'm
Unfortunately,
60,000
I
in debt.
spent literally $300,000 the night before
Yeah.
buying more aircraft, and then I only had $100,000 left to donate her, and I still had $9,000 left over.
And I
She
still
was
didn't have enough to
still
cover
$60,000
expenses.
in debt.
I shouldn't physically be able to be in debt on this game with this specific currency, by the way.
So,
Which
just
game
hold
is
on.
it?
It's
Hold
a
on.
game on. It's
I
a,
just
It's a game
just
on
to
Roblox. I used to
clarify-
play it a lot.
just to clarify,
play it
this
on-
isn't real
Oh,
money,
yeah.
right?
No, it's not real money. It's
No,
it's
thank
wings
God.
points. It's WP wings points, but it's
I-
really hard to get on the
Bro.
game.
I'd be a Southwest captain before we ever paid that off. Jeez.
All right, let's skip to the next topic because that's kind of going crazy. Emmy, no, it's not news. Emmy, what's
Emmy,
been going on
what?
this week? What's been? I missed
What
my words.
What's happening?
AIDS and
What's happening
plagues and troubles you?
Oh, what?
Plagues.
AIDS and plagues and troubles you this week.
What sucks about your life?
English, please. Thank you, Shannon.
Never mind. Never mind. Okay.
Normally I'm able to translate, but my gosh.
Look, I'm slow, guys. I'm sorry.
Go for it.
I guess my low is I didn't feel good last night, so that was not fun.
No bueno.
No bueno.
No bueno.
Yeah, the heart rate is pretty high.
So why did all that bad stuff happen to us great people?
I know why it
I'm
happened to
not
you, Shannon.
saying-
It's because
oh.
you're not that great.
Okay, well, yes, by disclaimer, I'm not saying that we're great people, but
Maybe you're not, but...
But let's say you can claim that.
Oh!
It died
Nice.
again.
Oh, my cord!
hey guys, sorry, our lovely camera person went out of business, so
Merman died for once.
yeah, so our cameraman died, but it's
R.I.P.
okay.
He's in the hospital. I'm
Oh,
joking. I mean,
guys, I'm joking. It was just a tripod. A tripod
It was a
fell.
tripod.
Anyways, so
Why did that bad thing happen to that great tripod?
Yeah, bad.
You know what? Let's.
Bad things do happen to good people, as you can see.
And good tripods.
So, anyways, we're gonna actually start and talk about why do bad things happen to good people. So,
Hopefully
Kylie,
not.
what is your opinion when you get asked that question?
So I'm gonna start it off, and then whoever wants to take it from me when I keep going, you know.
That works.
Yeah, like grab the flame.
Just
whatever.
say stick, and then we'll take the baton. Yeah, it's a track thing.
Okay.
It's in
All right. So at the beginning of the Bible, God creates the heavens and the earth, and everything that He creates, He calls good, and He says that it's good 6 times, and that it's very good the 7th time. And the 7th time is when He created human beings. When the serpent came into the garden and tricked the woman into eating the... Why are we doing... I was not even looking. When she ate the fruit. She did not eat the fruit because the snake, the serpent, forced her to. She ate it out of her own will. Because God loves us so much that He doesn't want to control everything that we're doing. He's in control if we let Him. But we also have the free will that God gives us. And that's out of His love.
We're not robots.
We're not robots.
Believe it or not.
And that's how God created
Speak for
us
yourself.
You're an android?
What the heck?
For those who don't know, we're doing visual reenactment. So watch
Shannon,
the
you
video
can just
version
speak.
of this.
Speak your mind, child.
Oh, so quick question.
Yeah, go
I'm not
for
saying I believe this. It's just a question.
Denied.
Yeah,
Oh,
go
okay.
for it.
Finally continue.
No, no, say the question. I'm curious. Say the question.
If we have free will, what does that say about God's sovereignty?
Explain what's
I think that shows
Oh,
His love.
sovereignty. Sovereignty means God has absolute control.
Yeah.
I actually have an answer, but I'm curious what you guys think.
So
I do.
and I was thinking over that a lot, and I was thinking, why do we even have free will? You know, if God loves us so much, then why doesn't he just control all of us? Nothing bad would ever happen. But that would be kind of an unloving thing. It's kind of like taking your child as like a father. Let's say a father takes his child and is like, you're never going to do this. You're never going to do that. You're never going to do. We're just locking you in a basement and keeping you there
wow.
so you can be safe and you can experience the world in that way. That's not love. That's control. So God expresses his sovereignty by loving us and giving us the free will.
Mm-hmm.
The greatest love that we have is being able to choose to love God back, in my opinion, in what I've read and what I've seen.
And that's why God allows bad things to happen, because he allows us to exercise that free will. Was that what where you were headed to?
No, Shannon just asked a separate question, but I think you can
it's-
also tie it in.
Sorry, okay, so...
Here, hold on. Shannon, can you
So
restate?
who wants to take it from now?
Can you restate your question?
Yeah, I'll read. Yeah.
Yeah,
So the
Shannon.
question is, if we have free will, what does that say about God's sovereignty? Or if God gives us choice, what does that say about the amount of power that God has?
Yeah, go for it.
I think something that we need to look at is the context that we're given, which we're given in the Bible, that through the whole Bible is a picture of God's character. And that's something that shines through anyone's life or anyone's attributes, is their character is consistent because that's who they are. And so their stories, like God giving us free will, is a representation of his character. It would be out of character not to give us free will because of the love he has for us. And because of the absolute control that he has, he decides, instead of holding that like a lot of false gods that we see in the Bible, instead of abusing that whole power, he chooses to sacrifice it for us because of his love. That's the same way that Jesus came down. He sacrificed his one and only son so that we could have life, instead of him relish like his son and have his son to himself, instead of basking in that power. Because if he did, that would be not like his character. That wouldn't be a representation of it. But by him deciding to sacrifice it and honestly, like, be humble about it. He doesn't go around parading his power until punishment needs to be done. Then he's like, okay, I'm going to turn you into a pillar of salt because you're being dumb. Like, then...
But he also warned him even before that.
That's the other thing. Is like
But she did the free will and decided to look back when he said, hey, if you look back, you're going to turn into a pillar of salt because they're sinning
exactly
so much. Do not look back into that life.
Yeah.
And she did.
And that's
And
also
that was free will.
That's also how we can tie in why do bad things happen to good people. Is it isn't more of a question of that, or it's more of a question of how do we navigate a sinful world? Because
Preach.
Adam and Eve, they can arguably be considered good people, but they fell into temptation. And so because they fell into temptation, they had to get consequences for their actions. And those consequences weren't fun, and they affect all of us to this day. But because we go through bad things, it refines us and shapes us into who we are in Christ, instead of just going through life and not realizing how blessed we are.
I want to hear what Shannon has to say about this as the guest on the podcast.
I think his notes.
Well, I did not plan this, but I was taking notes the other day. I was watching a video by the Bible Project, and it was talking
Solid.
about, Bible Project, not sponsored, but they were talking about the theme of the wilderness in the Bible, and something they mentioned.
You mean like during the Exodus story?
Well, not just in the Exodus
when they
story.
were wandering, or
That
like
well,
before
just
years?
the theme across the Bible.
Okay.
You mean like when, like, Exodus, and then when, like, Abraham's family were in the wilderness?
Or like when David was running from Saul.
Right.
Just
And the
any
theme
of
the theme
stories where the characters are
in the wilderness,
in
correct.
the wilderness. Yeah.
Right. And so this gives a few examples what they were talking about in the video. But they were originally talking about the Exodus.
Okay.
And then they were like, well, in order to understand the Exodus, we need to go back to the beginning, whenever God created a garden and God put the people in this perfect garden. And then whenever man had fallen, where were they sent? They were sent away from the garden into the
Not
Wilderness.
hollow or-
into
Not
the
garden.
wilderness. And so, yeah. So Here, I'll just read what I wrote. I'll just read the first part. In the beginning, we go back to God's original design, where humans were placed in the Garden of Eden to be connected to God. Choosing anything outside of God's life results in death. And when the serpent deceived the humans, they chose their own way instead of God's way, and they were choosing the wilderness when they chose to be apart from God, rather than the garden. And so we see that with Moses. So like Moses, quote unquote, chose to go to the wilderness because of his own poor mistake of murdering the Egyptian, and he went into the wilderness, but God met him there. Or same with Hagar, the servant wife of Abraham, but it wasn't really her actions, it was actually the actions of someone else that ended up with her going to the wilderness. But again, God met her there.
Yeah.
So I think like that could answer like the original question of why do bad things happen to good people. I think it's in James, it says that God allows trials for us to test the genuineness of our faith. Like how much are we actually going to lean on him? Not just whenever everything's going great, but whenever life sucks, do we still trust God?
And sometimes I don't know where it's in the New Testament. I know that. I think Paul said it. But it's also throughout the entire Bible when we blame God for the things that happen to us and the bad things that we've done and stuff like that, when it was our own evil desires that led us into that path sometimes. It's not God not showing up for you. It's like you were tempted by your own evil desires to go down that path, and you just continue to do that, like Samson.
Samson sucks.
I can defend
Are you
him.
in a Samson hate club?
Yes, bro.
I would defend him.
He's the worst judge out of all of them, bro.
How many was it? 40,000 steps he took to.
It's like 56,000.
25,000.
Oh, my fault.
25,000.
Something like that. You're good.
But like all out of he's a later judge, because in the beginning the judges actually did a pretty good job.
Deborah.
And then later on he doesn't really even judge. That's how much he sucks as a judge.
He's just executioner.
He just,
Yes.
he's like, hey ladies, get a load of me.
Literally.
I think to go back a little bit on the topic that we were talking about, to piggyback off of what Kylie was saying, you had said along the lines of sometimes bad things happen because of our sinful desires, which is 100% true. But I want to speak off of bad things that happen to us when it's not our fault. Like, just because we live in a sinful world, sinful things are going to happen.
Like
that
circumstance.
Yes, like circumstance. Like somebody getting a bad diagnosis or things like that. Like things that, or a situation that you're in but you didn't cause or by any means. Which I feel like, especially when we're diagnosed or we're thrown a situation that we weren't expecting at all, we very much ask the question of why me?
I think, okay, my answer is going to be a little bit vague, but there are 3 things that people have in this world that they can rely on, and that's faith, hope, and love. Only one of those things is going to carry on into heaven. Which one of those is it?
Love.
No.
Love. Because we
1
won't
Corinthians 13 verse 8.
Yeah, because we won't need faith or hope anymore because we have it when we're in heaven. And that's what we're given on earth to hold on to. Bad things are going to happen no matter what. And I think that's why Jesus came in the time that he did, which whether or not maybe it is 2,000 years before he is to come back, making it the 6,000, we don't know. But coming at that time and giving us those things, renewing our hope and our faith until the time comes where there won't be any more suffering, and that's the promise that we hold on to.
Yeah. Yeah. I also think if we were to go back and look at Job, which he's my favorite character in the Bible.
You mean Job?
Yeah, Job. Mr. Job.
That's
Yes.
a censored word. You can't
Yes.
say that anymore.
Oh,
Literally.
So anyways,
to Job.
one thing that I always find really interesting about that story is God and the devil and like they meet at this like table. Like they meet at this like meeting area.
Table?
It's okay, not a table, but it says that they came to a meeting.
They met up.
They met up. So I don't know what that looks like, but
At a coffee shop, obviously.
yes.
In heaven.
Okay, I have something to add on to the Job thing that you guys can ponder and discuss. Ponder.
It's a fun word.
I know. I use that word a lot. Ponder.
What about Laker? Oceaner?
Seer.
River.
Okay.
Also, yeah, you
Not
say,
seer, but seer.
yeah, you say, and then Emmy will get back because we kind of gotten off topic, and Emmy will get back to what you were.
No,
actually gonna say
I
about
want
this.
Emmy to go on to this too. So on the topic of why do bad things happen to good people, why did God say that you can't you can't kill Job, right? You don't kill him. But then why is it okay for Satan to go kill its kids when they didn't do anything wrong? This is all about Job.
I've always thought that's number one, that's an even deeper question of why does God allow certain deaths and things to whether it be righteous or unrighteous people. The main kind of, I guess, comfort or justification I've had for that, one, the kids went to heaven because the Bible even goes into detail saying that they were righteous and that even Job would offer sacrifices for them,
Right.
for their sins, and through Job, but also through them and how he raised them and how he kept good family ties, they most likely went to heaven. Which again, I know that really doesn't explain why God would allow them to die in this scenario, but that's kind of an even deeper question. But that's always something that's I've reminded myself, and that helps gives comfort in that situation.
This can be a very, very controversial answer. So, just as a disclaimer. But when I think about it, I think of it as God, protecting them. Because if they wouldn't have died, they would have seen their father in such a debilitating state and lost everything to where it could have greatly impacted them, which could also be turned for good 100%. But I wonder if that was more of the reasoning was because they were so righteous, because they were good, because they had done quote-unquote everything right, then death isn't a penalty. Death isn't bad. They're going back to a higher place that they've never even known before. They're getting rewarded. In our heads, because we're still here, we're still in the sinful earth, and we still have our feelings, we think that it's a punishment, when in reality, we don't know what their life would have looked like if they would have stayed.
Yeah.
But we know for a fact that they are rewarded in heaven because they were righteous and they did the right thing.
That's an interesting point because number one, that did happen to his wife. She encouraged him to forsake God.
Well,
Also because yes, it helps limit that because God probably wanted to spare him from that because keep in mind the test was just for Job's faith, not theirs.
Exactly.
So that would be honestly, with the scale of that situation, that would be kind of a rational thing to take them up into heaven or to allow them to pass like that, especially if they were righteous. So their faith wouldn't be tested; it would stay more on Job, and they could go to heaven.
And I'm grateful that you brought up the wife because I recently did a study just basically on her because I've always looked into Job, but I've never looked on the wife. And what I find so interesting is how persistent she was that Job were to just give up and curse God. I find it so interesting that she was so worried about his words, the words that he would use, instead of caring for him.
Yeah.
Because we know that the words that we use are a sword. And he has, obviously, the armor of God. But yet, I firmly believe that the devil was using his wife to make him take that armor off. Because the devil couldn't get to him with that armor on. Because I find it so interesting, out of all the things that this wife could have said to him out of pure anger, which makes sense. She's also feeling the pain.
And probably feels helpless too.
Yes. Yeah. But the thing that she chooses to point on is just curse God.
Instead of encouraging him in his faith.
And not even instead of encouraging him to do any action. Talking is an action, but instead of going and I don't know,
Not a Proverbs 31 woman.
No. But I find it so interesting that what she chooses to attack is his words.
Yeah.
Which then later makes me realize, well, what do I do with my words? What do I say with my words? How do I let my words influence me when something bad does happen? Because I can play the victim card all I want, but is that really going to help me in those trials? That makes sense.
Is it going to fix anything? Is it going to make you feel better? It's something I've definitely thought about too. Whenever you even complain about something, I always get convicted and God will be like, what is this really doing? How is this helping you? How is this pushing you closer to me? And it's just oh, wow, okay, I see you. I hear you. Thank you.
Yeah. Really, how much is cursing going to help you? Like, I understand we get frustrated and we can say some things that we don't mean, but in the grand scheme of things, like, how much is that, like, deep complaint or curse word really going to benefit you in that situation?
I have one more thing.
Yeah.
Somebody brought this up to me, and I thought it was interesting because they did bring up, why did Job's wife continue to live but not his kids? My fault. So
Like that.
why did God allow, why did God allow Job's wife to continue to live but not his kids? And my friend was like, well, whenever you get married, you become one flesh, and so because they're one flesh, was Satan not allowed to touch Job's wife? And I was like, that's not a bad argument, but like today, you know, there's still spouses where one spouse passes away.
Yeah.
Right. So I wasn't too sure about the argument. I don't know if y'all had any thoughts on that.
I think what we have to keep in mind is, yes, when we're like saying our vows to our significant other, it says we become one flesh. But what I think it becomes of more of, we are combined, we are together, we are coming in as one, and because we've entered that holy covenant with another person, then I think that it does mean like, hey, you can't touch his wife either, but that doesn't mean bad things can't happen to like yes, unfortunately, because we live in a sinful world. I mean, spouses are going to pass away. That's going to happen, or spouses get really sick, like things happen, but that's what's happening to their physical body that we have to think about when you become one. Like when you get married, you don't, on the pulpit, you don't merge into one body. That would be weird.
Don't make me visualize.
I've always seen that happen though.
That would be wild.
Couldn't wait.
There is some mythological origins of like marriage and why humans crave each other that are actually very similar to that.
Okay, well, that's not what I mean.
Crazy.
But because that doesn't happen, that doesn't mean that our body isn't going to get attacked, and that like our spouse's body isn't going to get attacked. But just because our bodies get attacked does not mean our marriage nor the covenant that we've made gets attacked.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I kind of agree with what your friend said, because to me, like in my brain, that makes sense. I'm not saying it's right. I mean, there's no doctrine to like really say whether or not that's right or not. But to me, in my thought process, like that would make sense, because well, let me rephrase. When your spouse dies, that doesn't mean that you die. Well, you will eventually.
You don't spiritually die with your
You don't.
spouse.
Exactly. There is still a part of you that will carry that loss 100%, but you're carrying that because you become one. So
I'm gonna chime in because we're a few minutes over time and we're getting off topic. I say we make I say with this the length of this conversation, I'd say we make next episode's topic about marriage, because that seems like a
part 2. Okay.
You're gonna have to bring me back
all right.
as an unmarried person.
Okay. Either Mike.
Careful with that.
Yeah.
Very careful with it.
My which mic do I use?
Yeah, don't
of
use
course,
mine.
yes,
I'll use
here.
this one.
You
Okay.
go ahead, and then I was gonna say something.
Okay. Wow. Double mic. Let's go. My thoughts on that. Satan was given power over Job's entire family besides Job. Like, because in chapter 2, you see God tell Satan, okay, fine. You can also reach out and touch his flesh, just spare his life. And that's when he was given the boils and just all these different skin diseases, painful problems with his body. And God gave Satan the free rein to test him in this way. So Satan most likely realized that he could use Job's wife to try to get into his mind. Because I guarantee if he wanted to, he could have also taken her too.
Yeah.
Something as simple as like, okay, so I can touch Job's body. All right, I am taking her with a heart attack right now. Because if he was allowed to touch, like to give Job all these different skin diseases and everything, and also literally kill like his livestock and his kids, I guarantee he probably had some sort of reign over his wife as well.
Yeah.
But I also guarantee that he saw some sort of advantage with his wife. He knew that he could use her. It didn't work, obviously. We know that by just reading the Bible. But still, I think if he wanted to, he could have taken her.
Yeah. Okay. Before we sum it up,
Oh my god,
Shannon,
another
was there another
question.
part to that?
Hmm?
Was there another part to after your friend bringing that up?
Yeah, that's what this was all about.
He's chewing in the microphone, guys.
Because I feel like
No, there was not.
Okay,
Okay,
wait.
okay.
I do have a question though that
Okay,
I
go
thought of. So I find it interesting that Satan chose to attack quite literally Job's flesh. Like he chose to do skin diseases, which are painful in itself. But like when I think of something that would be like debilitating and hard, it's more of like a a heart attack that you survive of, or a stroke, or like something, or
Would
cancer.
they survive that at that time though?
They could.
God had already proclaimed you cannot take his life,
Yeah.
Right.
so he would have.
So maybe
Regardless.
maybe he just wanted to make it painful because technically I think the skin is one of the most painful.
Well, he couldn't do anything mentally altering either, like a stroke. He couldn't do anything like that. Because we're testing
So it had to be on
Job.
the
We're
outside.
testing Job in his current mental state.
Well, you
If we
can be
attack-
sick
it-
on the inside and have a decent and still have a mental stick.
Yeah, but a stroke typically affects the brain quite a
Well,
bit, depending on how bad it is.
Yeah.
But
that's not bad.
I see your point. Certain internal factors can easily cause loss of oxygen to the brain for a certain amount of time, which would affect his cognitive processes. So that could affect the way that he thinks about God. So I'm sure that there's a reason Satan was. I bet he was only allowed to attack the outside
Well,
That's good.
because the inside's very weak.
Yeah.
It's very weak.
Yeah. Oh, I know that.
Especially in those days.
Especially in those
Really?
days, Josh.
Yeah.
I'm pretty built,
don't
actually. I'm pretty built, actually.
okay.
Anyways.
What I was gonna say,
We'll go for it.
To help your liver.
on my My kind-
Thank you very much.
my 2 cents into it was one. Let's remember I just remember God's way of establishing God's way of when He explained to Job why He allowed all this stuff to happen to him, which is basically boiled down to His ways are higher than Job's ways, and I mean, of course, we all know that God's ways are higher than our ways. God Himself explains it a little bit better, the scale of that, in the actual book, if you go read it.
Can you not see the east from the west?
Yeah. And you see the little baby goat that's born over the mountain. So he
I
literally
love
said,
baby
it
goats.
literally says that. He's like, do you know of like the baby goats that are born in like some far off place? And he's like, well,
of Leviathan that has tamed the seas.
and he's like, well, I do. So
That's
and,
wild.
and the one who tamed Leviathan, well, I do.
and
Gas.
but yeah, so I mean, just so one, you never know, but also God does always have a reason to allowing such bad things. Number one, yes, we have free will, so human choices can kind of be summed up to that God will allow us to make bad decisions. For circumstantial, number one, it could be to test your faith, like Job, and even our friend talked about this more in depth of testing what you think about God, because of course, and people will talk about this. It's easy to think well of God and to have to think you're comfortable in God's character when good things are happening, but when bad things are happening, then at that point God can question, do you one, He can test your faith, how much faith do you have in God to pull you through, but also He can test your knowledge of God's character and how well you have faith in who He is and who He says He is, even if that's not represented in real life. And so those are some big reasons bad things happen to good people. Also, sometimes it can be punishment, in which case God is very, very, very deliberate with those, like when He allowed Israel to kill the Canaanites and the Amalekites and them.
Or Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, or
Oh my
those.
gosh.
So,
I could go on a rant about that.
well,
Well,
that'll be
Another
Next time.
Next.
Well,
Yeah.
Ari has something to say.
Oh, yeah. What you said reminded me of, it might have been a sermon I heard recently. So, y'all, if it was a sermon, I'm sorry. We all go to the same church. So, they might know. But it was talking about how when, sometimes, or not when, it's whenever your greatest weakness can become your greatest strength whenever it causes you to become dependent on God. And that really made me think. And it really made me think. And I was just like, wow.
yeah, that is
I
true.
respect
Yeah.
that.
I didn't mention that.
To break all my bones. so God can use me.
Sometimes the bad things happen because God wants you to stop.
That's an insane statement.
Sometimes God wants you to
back
stop
stronger.
depending on yourself, which
Yeah.
is another big thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for that.
Sometimes we do that.
Yes.
All right. Any quick 30-second final thoughts? Straws.
Wait, Emmy,
Okay,
were you
Shannon,
gonna
go.
ask something else?
Go ahead.
Emmy, were you
Oh,
gonna say
no.
Ladies first.
No,
I saw you raise your hand. Go for it.
I didn't have anything to
You raised
say.
your hand too?
I mean, I think just as like a disclaimer for anything and everything, this is us coming on here and talking about this is not to discount what you're going through.
No.
I know almost everyone sitting here has been through very hard things and has asked the question of why, God, why are you letting me do this, or why are you letting this happen? So by no stretch of the imagination is this meant to make you feel bad or discount what you're going through, but it's actually quite supposed to do the opposite. It's supposed to help show you that, hey, you're not alone. We've all gone through really hard things, and life isn't easy.
Mm-hmm.
But
we're
you're
just sharing the reminders that we've had.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's not that you're not alone in your flesh, but you're not alone in your soul either. God is always with you, even if you see him or don't, but he will always be with you throughout whatever you're going through. So that's just what this is just as a reminder, and maybe as some thoughts that you haven't heard before. It's meant as a tool, not as something to make you feel bad about yourself.
Yeah, definitely. But if you do find yourself in a hard season, like, it is good. Like, we do encourage you to ask some of the questions and some of the stuff we've covered where think it possibly is God trying to make me more dependent on him. Is he trying to reveal something that you think about his character, or even getting you just to question what you know about his character? Because God will do that too, and just any of those number of things. It's good. We do encourage you to ask those questions when you find yourself in a hard season.
Do it in community.
Yeah, do it in community. Bring it up to a pastor if you need to. Not just even need to, but if you want to also.
Friends and family are good too.
Absolutely.
God
Or
is very
therapist.
good about revealing himself whenever you need him to reveal himself to you. So, a quick warning, if you pray about it, be prepared. Because he will absolutely, in some way that tests you, show you who he is. And he will also expose either the lies or the things that you would believe the wrong way about him. He will show you the truth, and sometimes the truth hurts.
Amen.
So you have to be ready for that.
Amen.
Okay, final thoughts. Hurry.
Sodom and Gomorrah was justified. That's all I have to say.
Oh, okay.
Of course it was. God did it.
Because Abraham was like, "Hey, if there's at least 50 righteous people, will you not destroy it?" And God was like, "Sure."
righteous person.
Literally.
Just
Yeah.
one.
So whenever the other nations were destroyed, that the Israelites were
Okay.
told to destroy.
This seems like
You know,
It's a last 30-second thought.
Completely fair.
Pineapple belongs on pizzas.
Okay, we've agreed. Next episode is marriage. That'll be the episode after.
All right,
Yeah.
see you next time on
Three-part Shannon.
the Gracefully Awkward Podcast.
But our friends call us the Gap.